Meet Temujin. He is born clutching a blood clot in his fist, which the locals take as a sign he will one day conquer the world. Spoiler, they're right. First, let's set the stage. Here's the world our story unfolds in, around 1219, with Otrar right at the heart of it. Hoelun, his mother, is not amused. She's just survived a kidnapping and now has to raise a future warlord who won't stop eating her out of yurt and home. Outside, the steppe whispers, "That kid's got a death grip." Horses neigh nervously. The sky darkens. A hawk circles. It's a vibe. Yesugei, Temujin's dad, stops for a snack with some Tatars. Bad move. They slip poison into his drink like it's a party prank. Yesugei crawls home, barely alive, and whispers his last wish. "Get my boy a wife from the Congrad. And maybe don't trust Tatars." Then he dies. With Yesugei gone, the clan abandons his family like last season's worn-out boots. Hoelun, Temujin, and his siblings are left alone on the steppe, with nothing but grit and a grudge. Temujin marries Börte, finally fulfilling his dad's dying wish. The wedding feast is mostly milk and awkward stares. But the Merkits have a grudge. Yesugei stole their bride once, so they steal his sons. Börte vanishes into the night, kicking and screaming. Temujin doesn't cry. He schemes. He calls in favors from his blood brother Jamukha and his foster father Toghril, promising them loot and glory. The three armies converge on the Merkit camp at dawn. Temujin leads the charge, screaming Börte's name like a war cry. The Merkits scatter like startled sheep. Temujin finds Börte in a tent, disheveled but alive. She punches him in the arm for taking so long. Temujin and Jamukha meet under a clear sky. They've been blood brothers once, but that was childhood. Now they're men with armies, and the steppe is watching. They dismount, draw knives, and slice their palms. Blood drips onto the grass as they clasp hands, swearing eternal loyalty. The steppe gods just took notes. They ride side by side at the head of a combined army. Temujin feels invincible. Jamukha feels like he just made a very useful friend. The steppe feels like it's about to get a new boss. The Mongol chiefs hoist Temujin onto a felt carpet and declare him Genghis Khan, ruler of all. He grins like a kid who just got the keys to the candy store. Jamukha, once his blood brother, now watches from the crowd with a face like sour milk. That throne should have been his. War breaks out. The two former brothers meet in battle. Jamukha's army fights with fury, but Temujin's tactics win a day. Jamukha flees, his pride in tatters. Jamukha thinks he's got this. He's allied half the steppe, Tatars, Merkits, even a few Naimans. It's an anti-Temujin supergroup. But Genghis Khan has a secret weapon. Discipline. His archers wheel in perfect formation, raining arrows like a thundercloud with a grudge. Jamukha's coalition cracks like a frozen puddle. His allies flee, leaving him standing alone on the battlefield, realizing his supergroup just dropped a dud album. In 1206, by the Onan River, the Mongol tribes gather for a Kurultai. Temujin, who has crushed every rival, stands ready for his promotion. The shaman Kakachu, also known as Tebtingri, declares that the eternal sky has chosen Temujin as Genghis Khan, ruler of all Mongols. The crowd roars. Genghis Khan rises, a new title on his lips. The tribes are united under one felt banner and one very ambitious warlord. And here's Otrar up close, where a story really plays out. Now the big move, the road from Karakoram to Otrar. In 1218, a Mongol trade caravan arrives at Otrar, laden with silks and spices. Governor Inalchuck eyes them like a wolf sizing up a lamb. Inalchuck, acting on Shah Muhammad's orders, springs his trap. His soldiers swarm the marketplace, swords flashing. The merchants don't stand a chance. The massacre is complete. Hundreds of merchants lie dead, their goods stolen. Inalchuck counts the loot, unaware he just signed his own death warrant. Genghis Khan hears the news. His merchants are dead, his gold stolen. He does not take it well. He takes it personally. He sends an envoy to Shah Muhammad with a simple demand. Hand over Inalchuck, or face the wrath of the Mongol horde. Polite but firm. Shah Muhammad laughs. He has the envoy beheaded on the spot and sends the head back with the remaining escort. A clear message: come and get him. Genghis Khan leads 100,000 horsemen out of Karakorum. Their destination, the Khwarezmian Empire. Their mood, slightly miffed. His son Joki rides beside him, grumbling about the long march. Genghis just smiles. Think of it as a family road trip, with more pillaging. The army crosses the Tian Shan Mountains, snow crunching underhoof. Genghis mutters. Shah Muhammad thinks his desert is a barrier. Goo. Genghis leaves his son Subutai and Yesügei to besiege Otrar. The brothers argue about who gets to burn the city first. For 5 months, the Mongols hurl rocks and fire at Otrar's walls. The city's governor, Inalchuk, laughs nervously from inside. The walls finally crumble. Subutai storms in first, shouting, "That's for making us wait." Inalchuk is dragged out, covered in dust and regret. Genghis Khan arrives at Bukhara in February 1220, and the city's defenders take one look at his army and decide today is a great day for surrender. Genghis rides into the city and gives a speech in the main mosque. "I am the punishment of God. If you had not sinned, you would not have sent me." The locals are not amused. The citadel's stubborn garrison refuses to surrender, so Genghis orders his engineers to flood the moat and breach the walls. The Mongols pour in like angry ants. Samarkand's defenders see the Mongol siege towers rolling in and realize their unbreakable walls are just a suggestion. Genghis Khan personally leads the assault, shouting, "Open for business," as his battering ram cracks the main gate. Within a week, Samarkand's governor surrenders, handing over the keys to a city that learned maybe we should have just paid the protection fee. Subutai and Jebe are given the world's worst road trip. Chase a panicking Shah across half of Persia. No rest stops, no snacks. Shah Muhammad hears the thunder of hooves behind him and decides the Caspian Sea looks like a great vacation spot. He hops on a boat. The Shah makes it to a tiny island in the Caspian. His empire? Gone. His dignity? Also gone. He dies in December, probably from embarrassment. Joki, Subutai, and Yesügei finally agree on something. Urgench looks delicious. The Mongols surround the city, and the siege begins. The defenders of Urgench fight like cornered badgers, pouring boiling oil and arrows. The Mongols grumble. This is not how you welcome guests. The brothers bicker over who gets to sack the city first, so Yesügei takes charge. "Fine, I'll do it myself." He orders a full assault on the gates. Genghis Khan corners Jalal al-Din at the Indus River in 1221. The Sultan's army is shattered, but the prince isn't done yet. Jalal al-Din makes a desperate gambit. He leaps his horse off a cliff into the river. The Mongols watch, jaws dropped, as he splashes away. Genghis Khan watches the prince swim to safety, then turns to his sons. "That," he says, "is a man worth chasing. But first, let's loot his baggage." Genghis Khan's son-in-law Takuchur makes a fatal mistake. He leads a charge into Nishaper's archers. The archers say thanks for the target practice. Genghis learns of Takuchur's death. He does not take it well. He decides the entire city of Nishaper must be erased from existence. No pressure. The Mongols storm Nishaper. For days, no one is spared, not even the cats. The city is leveled so completely that later travelers ask, "Was there a city here?" Genghis Khan rides at the head of a weary column, his armor dull with dust. He looks like a man who just realized he forgot to cancel his newspaper subscription before a 5-year vacation. The army shuffles past Karakorum's yurts like a parade of zombies. Even the horses look like they've seen things they can't unsee. Genghis dismounts and plants his banner in the soil. He takes a deep breath, then coughs. "Home," he rasps. It smells like horse and victory. Genghis Khan, the man who conquered half the world, is dying. His enemy? Not an army, just a stupid fall from a horse. His sons gather around, trying to look sad, but you can see them mentally measuring the throne for their backsides. Genghis whispers his final orders. Conquer the world, keep the empire together, and for heaven's sake, don't tell anyone where he's buried. Genghis Khan's sons gather around a map of the empire. They don't look like brothers. They look like four starving wolves eyeing the same carcass. Genghis decrees. Joki gets the west, the land he'll never truly rule. Subutai gets Central Asia, a giant sandbox for his temper. Ogdi gets China, the big prize. Talyui gets the homeland. It's like it was written by a man who really loves drama. And with that, the Mongol Empire is split into four khanates. For brothers, for thrones, one very awkward family reunion every year. Merry Christmas, Mongols.